In a previous video I talked about tuples, so this should be familiar. A tuple is a immutable and fixed length linear collection of Python values. And this is what one looks like. And also you can destructure a tuple and extract multiple values from it at once using this syntax. Therefore, if I run this example, we'll see that the protocol, domain, and port values have been displayed here. Now, one problem with the tuple is that the order is significant. The order of the values that are stored in it is significant. So Python has a solution to this. Comment this out, and that is called the named tuple. The named tuple is in the collections module. And this is how we would use it. Actually, a better way to look at how to use it would probably be inside of IPython. Go ahead and import that, and then look at the help for named tuple. If you look at the signature, you'll see that there are two expected values, the type name and the field names. The field names can be passed two ways. First of all, is in this example down here as a list of strings, or it can be passed as a comma-separated string itself. With that in mind, this endpoint can be expressed as a named tuple. Now you'll see in a minute here why I'm capitalizing endpoint. But let's name tuple. The name will be endpoint, and the field names, again, you can see here it's either a string or an iterable of strings, will be protocol, domain, and port. Now I'm going to be able to create instances of this endpoint similar to the way that would a class, and that's why I used the capital E. Don't have to do this, but again, it kind of fits along with Python. So if I want to say example equals endpoint, now you'll see that Visual Studio Code is recognizing that the named tuple expects a protocol, domain, and port. And the nice thing about it is I don't have to put them in order anymore. So I could say none. So I could say the domain first is example.com. And then I could say the protocol. And also I get the IntelliSense, which helps with typing, since I'm a terrible typist. And then finally the port. And now I could replicate this line up here. You could say that the protocol is example.protocol instead of having to extract these and assume that they're in the right order. And also it's much more obvious what value I'm accessing. And then what was it? The domain, example.domain, and finally the port. Be example.port. P-O-R-T. Running this, I'll get the exact same result when I run this. Another interesting thing is could just print out the value of the named tuple, and you'll see that it gives information about the different keyword arguments for the endpoint. All right, in the next video we'll take a look and expand this concept even further.